Hi guys, it is the 16th of Jan and it's a Monday morning here in the UK. So as usual, let's do our US30 daily analysis before New York it opens later. I'm just going to delete all of this stuff. Bear with me. Okay, and I'm going to remove the divergence and I'm going to kind of off all the indicators, just so that we could draw our support resistance lines, right? So let's just start from the daily or rather the weekly. It's always nice to kind of see what the pair is doing. On a higher time frame, guys, I really do believe that we are still bullish, right? Okay, so we are definitely it's formed a new high here and then we've gone low, so we just got to kind of wait and see what it's planning on doing, right? So for me on a higher time frame we are still uptrend. However, what is interesting is on a daily time frame we've got a very crucial zone, haven't we? So I'm actually just going to draw a horizontal line. I'm going to draw it here. There we go. Because for me, look at how many. So let's just make this bigger. Let's just look and understand this. So look at where price has hit many times, right? So this was a clear fake out. Like, I'm going to show you guys this. This is actually really interesting. So prices come here and hit many times over. Look at how many times this has acted as support. And then there's a liquidity zone right here. Let me just get the rectangle. Okay, there's a liquidity zone right here, which it has come and over here. This is a clear liquidity zone. It's come here, did a fake out, and it went up. So this again was an area to have been careful on, because there could have been a lot of sellers here, but clearly it was a fake out. Came back here again another liquidity zone. So it's, look at this, it came and hit as resistance. This is all rejections, as support, as resistance, and here we are again. This was a clear fake out and this was a rejection, and it's now retesting this place again, which is what I find interesting right now. So obviously for me we are on a clear area of support and resistance, which we need to be very careful of not getting faked out. There is another liquidity zone right here, okay, but price clearly did a fake out, went down, and is coming back into this zone again. Okay, so I do believe, for me personally, I still do believe we could be on the upside, but again, it's just worth being really careful in this zone. So it is really a crucial zone. I am now going to drop it down to the hour actually. Okay, just to draw more support resistance lines, because I think it is, if I'm going to do scalping on a 5 minute, I like to kind of draw 1 hour support resistance lines. All right. So there we go. Line again. And I would draw it somewhere here. Here. So I'm just I'm just drawing lines where there's a couple of touch points where prices come back and tested those lines, like those areas several times. Okay, so for me those are important touch points. Okay, so I think I'm just going to stop here with support resistance lines, and then I'm going to draw on back the phoenix, and I'm going to on back the pin bars. It's only when you're on the pin bars, it actually gets really, let's off the pin bars for a bit. Okay, so you can see price came up, it started to tether, and then there was consolidation, and then it went up, okay? And when it went up, we did get to the downside, like touching the 50 moving average a couple of times here right now. So right now it's teetering in between, right? On the hour, it is actually teetering in between the 10 and 21. So personally, let me just on the divergence. Personally, I think there's no divergence here. I don't see anything. Personally, I'm just going to wait it out. Let me just on back the pin bars. We've had a pin bar indicator here. Like I said, I am really bullish, guys, to be honest. So let's have a look at this. It's 50. Yeah. So like I said, I am really bullish. I would, let's drop down to 5 minutes, but potentially just based on this candle here, if we had taken this bullish pin bar entry, my stop loss would have been here. Take profit. Okay, so I would have actually done it to the support resistance lines up here. But then what I'm going to do is I am actually going to drop it to the 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So yeah, it is on the uptrend. So let's redraw this on a 5 minutes. You know, the thing is, really, I wouldn't enter anything right now because the moving averages are messed up. But I'm just saying, based on the 1 hour earlier, this is a better entry, and I'm just getting a better stop loss. That's all there is to it. Okay, here, this is my maximum stop loss. It's about 58 pips, and I would have taken it to, yeah, somewhere. But just now we drew it right up here. So I do believe price will go up. But like I did say, that moving averages are messed up, so clearly not a entry that I would get into. But just based on this, oopsie, okay, just based on this, um, to be honest, I would just wait on another bullish bullish pin bar to print on the 10 moving average if you're scalping on a 5 minutes, and then I would enter. So an entry really for me would just be waiting it out. Like I said, I am bullish on the pair on this US30 in itself. It's just a case of I do believe the price will go up further to the previous high at the bare minimum. So it's just that in between you're going to have a couple of the red candles, which is going to take you down. So you just need to kind of go to the lower time frames and then trade accordingly to that. Okay. So here right now, even though I do think it is going to go up because the moving averages are mixed up, I personally am not comfortable in entering this trade at this point of time, even though on a 1 hour we did get a bullish entry, and right now we have a better entry position because there was it did drop further. But I do want to understand that if I had entered there, I probably would have lost this trade already because I would have put it to the support resistance line here, right? So it still could get further bearish, bearing that in mind because it has dropped quite a bit. Okay, I'm just going to draw. Let's see. Yeah, the trend line is actually sitting very nicely. If I were to have to draw a trend line on the hour, to be, I'm just going to show you guys, even though you can see it on the 50, it is really interesting to kind of note. Look at that. It's basically sitting on the 50. Right? So you could expect price to do this touch point here right now, which is to come back down to the 50, and then yes, we can take that up. So right now I'm not entering any trades right now. I'm just going to wait for the next touch point to come down. Look, it's a beautiful trend line right there. So this is what personally I'm waiting for it to come down to hit the 50. Okay, guys, so that's my analysis for US30 today. So but on a longer time frame, higher time frames and a long term, I am bullish. But right now in this moment, I do believe price is going to come down, probably give us another rejection of, I'm just trying to see where is my trend line. Another rejection of the 50 moving average. Oh, I deleted it, did I? Oh, no. Let me guys, I thought I'd draw this again. So it is at 400. Let's just drop to 5 minutes. Actually, just interested to see where is that. So let's see. Oh, it's right down here. All right, it'll be interesting to see. But again, guys, if price does start to tank on a 5 minutes, if you see all the moving averages line up accordingly for a sell, we could enter a sell position all the way down to 3,400. That's where I kind of think price might go because of the higher time frame. If we wanted to hit the 50, price might actually just go right there, which is what possibly somewhere about that. Yeah, somewhere about the support resistance zone, which to me can be quite a key zone. So personally, I would just keep an eye on it, or you might just decide to go up right now because it is on a bull trend anyway, right? But this would be a level that I would probably keep my eyes on just in the event it decides to just go downwards. Okay, because right now every single time frame we are bullish. It's just that it's messed up here right now, and I haven't really got a proper entry level. So I personally would not have entered. So this to me right now, this would not be valid. Just because, like I said before, only 1 hour, if I had drawn, I would have already been stopped out just because I would have put it maybe it would have just about there. Even if I did get stopped out, it would have been 1 2 pips, or I might have just been lucky. It would have been somewhere around this region about there, to be fair. But yes, so I would personally just wait again for another entry level and just see what price does, guys. Okay, so that's my take on US30 today. Hope you guys enjoy. Happy trading, safe trading, and remember, always kind of watch out for liquidity. So manage your stop loss well, because you don't want to get stopped out just by, just barely, and then price goes back in your direction. And also, I personally feel like it's important to have a good stop loss. It's better to kind of lose 1% of your account than not have a stop loss and then blow your account, which I've been so capable of doing, and I think that's the most dumbest thing a trader can literally do. And personally, that's something that I keep myself very aware of and keep myself disciplined on, because sometimes we are so fixated that price is going to do that. But do you know what? I just personally think that we are not fortune tellers here right now. We can kind of have confidence that price is going to hit a certain direction. But at the end of the day, we got to kind of watch and listen to what price action tells us and not kind of be so fixated on what we believe price is going to do all the time. And so therefore it's always good to have a stop loss. And if price really goes up in the direction that we want it to eventually, we can always re-enter a trade. Do you guys get me? There's always going to be an opportunity to re-enter. It doesn't have to be a point where you have to keep an open trade where you don't have a stop loss and let it just go do its thing, because you might just go grab a coffee, come back, and then you realize that your whole account is blown, or you've hit your stop loss, or you've lost your funded account because you've hit your maximum daily limit, right? So just be very, very careful on that. Like I said, it's always better to have smaller stops. I mean, smaller losses that you can easily make back in 1 to 2 trades compared to kind of losing everything, and then you've got a lot more to make back. And I do think that when that actually happens, when you actually don't have a stop loss and you do kind of blow your account, or something really nasty happens, it really hurts your stomach, your guts. Like you feel so sick and you feel like, why the hell? It's like it's so horrible, the feeling. So just be very, very mindful of your trading strategies and your trading discipline. I think that's super important. Okay, so that's my take on this. Like I said, I still do believe that US30 is bullish, but we may have this big drops which come down to form the nice 50 moving average line on the 1 hour, guys. Okay, so just be mindful and happy trading.